Adam Hills has joined us in the studio, of course, best known as one of the presenters of The Last Leg. Last year, though, the much-loved Aussie star. It says that there, by the way. It's very rare you describe an Aussie as a much-loved as an Englishman.
Wow.
Much-loved Aussie star.
Do you know what I've done?
Notched up, got a good notch on his belt by competing in the first ever Physical Disability Rugby League World Cup.
Yeah, in a new documentary airing tonight on Channel 4, Adam takes us on his journey of how he fulfilled his lifelong dream of playing at an international level. Let's take a look. Good morning to you.
Lovely to see you, Adam.
What's amazing about this, in a way, is that The Last Leg came from the Paralympics, right?
Yeah.
And now, in a way, you are fulfilling your own sporting ambition. Comedy came first, but the sport has finally arrived at your doorstep. And this, you've pushed this, haven't you? I mean, this is... Tell us why it matters so much to you.
Well, I got involved with the Warrington Wolves Disability Rugby League team in 2017, so I've been doing this for 6 years now, and it's kind of taken over my life, to the point where I play for the Warrington team, we train every Monday. I was invited to Prince Charles's 70th birthday party at Buckingham Palace, but I turned it down because we had training.
No. I'm busy on the Monday.
You blew out the future king, as was then the Prince, because you were training. See, now...
And there's training in Warrington. I love the North. I'm from the North. You turned down Buckingham Palace for Warrington.
Absolutely.
I don't think that sentence will ever be said again.
But the reason it's important to me, and in particular this World Cup, is because people with disabilities don't always get a chance to play sport. They certainly don't get a chance to represent their country. But the other side of it is they don't get a chance to feel what it's like to be part of a team. And that's a really unique experience that I found with Rugby League. There's a whole bunch of guys that I'm best mates with. We're all in... You know, we've all got each other's numbers. We've all got each other's backs 24/7. Anyone that's played team sport, and in particular rugby, knows what that team atmosphere is like. So this wasn't just a chance for guys with disabilities to play Rugby League and get out there and be active. It was a chance to experience something that people with disabilities don't normally get to experience.
And so just describe... So there's varying ranges of disabilities that are in the teams. Is there any sort of rules about what what is and isn't allowed?
Yeah, so there's 3 classifications of level of disability. I'm an A because I'm only missing my right foot. There's a B classification for people missing, like, more of their limbs or with mild cerebral palsy. Mm-hmm. And then there's C for people with above-knee amputees or quite restrictive cerebral palsy.
And I've seen, I think, in the other document, because you've done a documentary about your journey into sort of rugby and how important it is to you before.
Yeah.
And I remember watching it, and there was somebody who had, like, visual impairment as well. And I remember just thinking it was incredible because the way that person was having to sort of almost listen for the ball, feel for it, rather than see it.
Yeah, it's remarkable. Every single person on that pitch is adapting their game in some way. And what's amazing about it is you have to use their disability against them.
Well, it's sport. Everything is fair. Yeah. Go on, tell us how.
Well, we had, you know, I remember being at training one night and our captain was like, OK, I'm going to offload to you. You run at his left shoulder. And I went, OK. Why his left shoulder? And he went, because he hasn't got a hand on that side. I was like, oh, yeah, of course, right.
It's brutal, but it's sport, right? That's exactly what it is.
And that's it. There's a dignity in that, right? There's something... Because I think this is the point you make about failing and falling over. Because actually, I suppose as children, when you have a disability or something has happened, you are looked after, you are careful. But there's something about sport that is just... it equalises. It's like... It's all fair game.
And when everyone's got a disability, no one's got a disability.
Right.
Like, you're missing an arm, you're missing a leg, you've got cerebral palsy, so you're going to have a weakness, you're going to have a weakness, you're going to have a weakness, and which is the same on any sporting pitch.
Fantastic,
you try and work out what you can
Have you found, because I played a little bit of rugby when I started working in telly and quite quickly realised that there's a reason that TV presenters tend not to, because the opposition don't half enjoy taking out somebody on telly.
Absolutely.
Have you found that, Adam, that there's a sort of a relish about them taking you out?
Well, more than that, an Australian on telly.
Oh, my goodness. And you started it off, yeah.
First game we played was against Leeds, and one of their big guys, Tommy, came over on the wing where I was, slammed me into the ground, and in the tackle in my ear just whispered, I enjoyed that.
And you know he did.
What's this? Can we ask about Russell Crowe?
Yeah, of course, because Rabbitohs...
It's fascinating.
So in the first
Just
documentary,
explain.
we took our Warrington team out to Australia and we played the best team in Australia at the time, which was the South Sydney Rabbitohs, which is owned by Russell Crowe. And
your team as well, right?
Which is the team I grew up supporting. And I know Russell, and I kind of called him up and I said, I don't know who to play for. Like, I want to play for the Rabbitohs, which is your team and my team. And he was really good about it. He went, oh, mate, you got to earn that badge. You don't just go out there and play
Just 'cause
for
we're
them.
friends, you don't get to play for my
You've got to
team.
train with them. You've got to sweat with them. You can't just go out there and pull on the badge and suddenly you're a Rabbitoh. And I was like, I know, I don't know what to do. And then he called me back a few weeks later and he went, tell you what, I'll sponsor your kit. That'll help you get to Australia. You can have the rabbit on your chest. You can still play with pride, but you can play for Warrington.
Amazing.
Yeah, he was
amazing.
pretty good about it.
You were much more gentle when your set was invaded live by the Just Stop Oil presenters a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
I was thinking, are we going to see Adam, the Rugby League, international now Rugby League player, take out... I mean, tell us what happened.
Well, the week before, they had invaded Wimbledon, and I had said, if every Just Stop Oil protest was a man in his 60s in a pair of shorts throwing orange confetti, I'd be fine with it.
Yeah.
And also, you're on live telly, so you're saying it on telly, so you're goading them in a way.
Exactly. That was the previous week. So then when they came on set, firstly, I had to go with it because the previous week I said I would. But someone pointed out I did what every stand-up comedy MC does in a club when something goes wrong, which is just to go, hey!
That's hilarious.
And it's a comedy thing. If you're doing stand-up comedy and something goes wrong, someone heckles, whatever, cheer it first, make everyone feel OK with it, and then we'll deal with it.
And then take them down.
Yeah.
But it was during a live show. I mean, there's a live show, so that everyone in your ear, the whole gallery, no one stopped this thing happening. There was no...
I mean, our show is so bonkers that all the security guards just looked
They just
around
assumed it was part of it.
Even Josh and Alex are on set. Alex said he genuinely thought, oh, I missed this bit of the meeting.
It says a lot more about the three of you paying attention. Amazing. So when's the documentary on?
The documentary's tonight, 11:05 on Channel 4, straight after the last leg.
And it's the last leg for this series,
It is
isn't
the last leg for this series.
But you guys are coming back. We need to have you back as well.
Oh, we'll be back. There'll be New Year's Eve shows, Christmas shows, all that kind of stuff.
Amazing.
You do
We'll be
such a
watching.
great job.
We love
Thank
it.
you. And happy birthday.
Yeah, thank you so much.
There's
Enjoy
cake
your
there.
cake.
Thank you so
She
much.
finally cut out. I thought she was going to hold on to it, but she's
I've been waiting for you to say I could have the
absolutely.
cake.
You
Go
can
for
have
it.
the cake.
Go for it.